Hi, I'm Dick Eydt with Bites by Eydt. We have a catering company in Atlanta, Georgia, where we produce exquisite food for our clientele in and around Atlanta, up to New York, Connecticut, Nantucket, down to Florida. And last week we did a rehearsal dinner and a bridal lunch in Crossville, Tennessee. Today we're going to do a nice Sunday brunch, an afternoon brunch for the summertime. We're going to just do something very healthy. Roasted cauliflower with a mixture of Italian herbs, a little bit of Parmesan cheese, and a tomato sauce. We'll roast that in the oven for about 25-35 minutes. Then we're going to do two types of quiches with bacon, Gruyere, mushrooms, and spinach. And the last thing we'll do is a English muffin, So a fried egg on an oversized English muffin with bacon and cheddar cheese. So let's begin. We'll start with the cauliflower and we'll get this show on the road. Cauliflowers are great. I make these at least once every other week, and I'll roast these, put them in the oven, and pull them out, and I'll have it throughout the week. I do the same thing with zucchini and squash, sometimes mushrooms, whatever good vegetables are. And after they're roasted, with the zucchini and the squash, I'll put them on the grill. But with the cauliflower, I'll roast it in the oven, and it stays for a nice week. And it's just an easy thing, good staple to have. I'll add it to omelets. I'll take some eggs and put some cheese on it, and then take some fried eggs and put that on top. And it's a great healthy breakfast, and something I just love doing. And let's give this a little wash first, and we'll pull it back. And then we'll cut it. So we'll cut it up against, so we'll get little florets. Well, not really little florets, they'll be larger florets. I don't want it to be falling apart too much, so I'll just cut it along the stems here. I'll get two more pieces out of that. Comes apart nicely. There we go. Again, haste makes waste. Take your time. Don't cut yourself. There's no rush here. Pull these guys apart here. Whoops, don't go away. I'll keep that one whole. Okay? We'll take some fine herbs here, whatever you like. A little rosemary, basil, marjoram, and then we'll toss it in once we have a coating of a little olive oil and the tomato sauce. Get a big bowl here. Slide these in. Clean as you go. A little tomato sauce. That was probably a good cup or so of tomato sauce. I'll mix it up a little bit. Add the herbs. A little Parmesan. It's always good to have a little cheese. There you go. Toss this around. Pour it onto a cookie sheet, and we'll bake at 400 for 25-30 minutes until they're tender. Looks pretty good, right? Ready to go in the oven. Let me get a little tomato sauce on this guy. Since we already have the salt in the Parmesan, I won't add any more. I will add a little pepper to it and stick it in the oven. 35-40 minutes. 400 degrees. I always like shallots. Use a serrated knife to peel away. Peels away nicely, easily, quickly. Cut off this part. Clean as you go. Two pieces here, I'll break them apart. and then I'll cut them into relatively small pieces. 2 or 3 slices across. That's 3. And now cut up the shallots. I just like shallots. Okay. What else are we going to do? Oh, we're going to cut up the Gruyere cheese. You can get Swiss Gruyere, you can get Italian or Austrian. Austrian's about 75% of the cost of a Swiss. So if you can find it, I recommend it. It's just as good. Austrians know how to make cheese, and it will save you a few bucks. What's wrong with that? So how much cheese do you do? It's like bacon. How much bacon do you put in this? As much as you want. The more the better. I do these for a lot of the brunches. Make them from scratch. They're in the oven, they're cooking off. The smell is phenomenal. The taste is great, and it's a big crowd pleaser. Just take your time on this. You don't want to shave your fingers off there. And there you go. Some Gruyere. Shake that off. And that's good to go. Clean as you go. And there we go. Mushrooms. We'll do a mushrooms and spinach, and we'll do the bacon. And we'll slice these off. Again, I like to slice these into a good 1/4 of an inch. So when they're cooked, you get a nice crunch out of it. I will wash these off, get off a little bit of the dirt. You can prep these well in advance of your parties. When your guests are coming over, give these a rinse. Okay, here we go. A little olive oil, a little butter for the mushrooms. We'll add a touch of olive oil for the mushrooms too. Let this get up to temperature. Shallots. Almost ready. Shallots are ready to go in. Mushrooms are ready to go in. I never recommend eating raw mushrooms. Mushrooms have to be cooked. You could get sick from that. Your stomach is not designed to eat raw mushrooms, so always cook them. Even though this will be cooked in the quiche, I just feel better about cooking it ahead of time, adding a little more butter, a little more olive oil to it, a little more flavor before I put it in the quiche. 5 minutes or so to reduce down. I'm going to turn down the heat on the shallots to a medium-low. Let that finish. I'll keep the mushrooms at a higher temperature until it reduces. Shallots are almost translucent. Another 2 minutes on the shallots. Then I'll pull them off the heat, and I'll finish off with the mushrooms and start assembling of the quiches. We'll make the eggs, mix those with the cream, a little nutmeg, and the cheeses, and we'll put it in the oven. So you can see these are starting to be a little translucent. I'll just like a few more minutes, another minute or so. Okay, so let's do a little assemblage. Now the spinach is really going to cook down quite a bit. So we have that. Add the mushrooms to it on top. And then I'll make the egg mixture and put that on top, and then stick it in the oven. 35-40 minutes. We're good to go on that. I'll take a few shallots, sprinkle these on top. Okay. Next part, the bacon. So I'll cut these into not quite half-inch pieces or so. I don't want them too big. It is extra thick bacon. Put this on the pie shell. Spread that around evenly. A few shallots. And then I'll add the Gruyere cheese. A little bit more. That Gruyere is so nice. Now the question is, do you want to add a little cheese to the spinach and mushroom? I would say heck yes, you want to add that, right? Why not? It's a wonderful cheese. And there we go, we have our assemblage. And all we're going to do next is do the eggs and the cream and a little bit of nutmeg. So here's our big bowl for the eggs. So I think I have about 8 eggs here for each quiche. These are nice organic eggs that I got from the farmer's market, which I think are nice. Sometimes you get an egg shell in the eggs. Not a problem, don't worry about it. If you do, don't use your finger, just take the egg shell and grab it with it. It comes out nice and easy. A little salt, a little nutmeg. You can also use fresh nutmeg and grind it. It's quite nice that way. A little pepper. I'll whisk this up and then add the cream to it. I like using these big bowls. It just gives you a lot more room to play with. You know, you don't want to use those small ones where you're trying to do it like this. Use a big cutting board, use a big knife, use a big bowl. It just makes the job so much easier. Okay, we'll add some cream to it. It's heavy cream. Sorry, I like heavy cream. Okay, that's good to go. We'll pour the cream and egg mixture onto quiche 1, onto quiche 2, and there we go. And these are ready to go in the oven. Okay, now we're going to do a little egg McMuffin, but with a little bit of a twist to it. We're going to have oversized English muffins, and of course some fried eggs, some cheddar cheese, but I'll put a little smoked salmon on there and a little spinach. So it'll be a little bit healthier, a little bit tastier, yummy, and a little bit different. Okay, so let's toast the English muffins. Just split them apart. And you can either toast it or plop it in the oven. I sort of like the oven because it cooks it all around. You may not get the nooks and crannies and the crunchiness of it, but it is evenly cooked. And since it is an oversized piece of English muffin, it will hold up better when it's cooked through and through. So we'll take that, pop that in the oven. It's at 400, and it'll be about 5 to 7 minutes. Okay. I did notice that the cauliflower is ready to take out. So we can take this out and leave that. And then we can start with the eggs. Okay? So we'll come back here and cook off the eggs. Okay, a fair amount of butter. I'll put 4 eggs in here. Again, these are farm-raised, organic eggs. The better the eggs, The fresher the eggs, the better you're going to like it. A little sea salt and a little pepper. I'm going to turn down the heat to a medium now. So these have been on for 2-3 minutes. You can see they have a nice color, a nice crispness on the bottom. Plenty of butter on there so it slides around. Some people like them broken and cooked a little bit more. So I'll do one like that. And the other two I'll leave sunny side up. Cut these, and the eggs are almost ready. I'll take it off the heat. Let's check on the English muffins, see how they're doing. See a little brownness on there, right? They're cooked all the way through. They're pretty hard. They're not flimsy. It will hold up to the all the weight we have on this. And now we can pull the eggs off and start to plate. Okay, so now we're going to plate up the English muffins. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I'm going to put the cheese down first so it melts by the egg. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, there we go. Next one I'll do half with the spinach, and I'll do half with the smoked salmon. You can never put too much smoked salmon or spinach on it, right? So everyone gets a nice piece out of it. Similar to when I do my flatbreads, the Wolfgang Puck flatbread. So that's ready to go. Clean as you go, guys. Clean as you go. And then we'll take the eggs. Here's the egg that's been cooked all the way through and through. And then here are the fried sunny side up eggs with a fair amount of yolk. Looks nice. Clean as you go. And now we can do the cauliflower. You can see the nice crunch that we got on it. It's this is how you want it. It really is tremendous. It's light, it's refreshing, and it is a crowd pleaser. Excellent. Okay, so we finished off the quiches. We baked them for about 30-35 minutes, and the last 5 minutes we put it on broil. And you can see we got a nice crust on there, a nice browning. You can see the overflow of the mushrooms and the spinach, and there's a ton of bacon in here and Gruyere. And then our cauliflower with our Parmesan cheese and our tomato sauce and Italian herbs, and 2 types of English muffin, McMuffins, smoked salmon, a broken egg cooked all the way through, one with spinach and a broken egg, and the sunny sides up. So this makes for a nice Sunday brunch. Your guests will love it, and it's a good way to go. So thank you very much. I want to thank Cauliflower extra virgin olive oil and Little Leaf Farms. Look forward to seeing you in the next show. Thank you.